G'day and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to put that thing and that thing. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Old school only is go. So I've just been in the process of getting things ready, starting to put stuff together on the motor. Made a new surface on the bottom of that. That's for my oil filter. Decided to go with this one. I've ordered some plugs, an oil filter. I need to get some plugs to block these off on both sides, so I'll go hunting for that later. But cleaned up most of the parts and just slowly start putting this together. I'm not going to muck around too much showing you the bits and pieces of that. We'll spend most of our time putting it in, which is probably going to take most of the time. Let's go. Righto, a couple of dramas. That one was threaded, so I don't have a helicoil for it. So it goes quite deep, so I was able to drill in further and re-tap that. So that's sorted out. So I've got a little bit of swarf here and there, but we're all good. I'll put the water pump when we're in. I've got to put the manifolds on. I'll do the fuel pump, probably do that now. I've got one somewhere, just got to find it. And then once the manifolds and that are on, I can take it off the stand, put it on the block and tackle, then we can put the back end back on this, and then we're ready to chuck it in. That thing fitted up okay, and it's going to take the new filter, which I have on order. I'll pick it up tomorrow, hopefully. Little things like plugs, block off plugs, I've been spending a bit of time looking for because I don't have a lot of them, but everything had been taken out of this motor. So yeah, wasting a bit of time on that. And I did slowly prime my oil pump with the screwdriver there, and oil came out of the filter hole, dripping on the floor. So once I get a filter in there, we'll crank it up properly and we'll get oil pressure up to the top. Righto, I've just spent the last about 2 hours or more looking for my fuel pump. I know I've got one, and it's got all the little bits to mount it. Story of my life. But anyway, I'm done for the day. I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll do a bit more. See you then. It's the next day. I have my oil filter and my spark plugs. Just picked them up. They didn't have any of these, which is pretty standard of my local Repco. They're useless. But anyway, I'll get some. I don't know what it is about spare parts interpreters these days. They just don't know their stuff. They tell me they don't stock that kind of stuff. Repco doesn't do it. You get on the Repco website and they're there. So it's just annoying. There's so many things that they're not stocking for guys that are into even the later stuff. If you're modifying stuff, like they seem to just have stuff for people with new cars that want to make it look pretty and polish it and put some additive in it, and instead of the stuff that actual people that work on their cars need. That's my little rant. But anyway, found a couple on one of my old side valves. There you go, all cleaned up and ready to go. Righto, looks like we're ready to go in. The sun's in a bad spot and I've got a physio appointment coming up very shortly, so I'm going to leave it for now. I might come back tonight, otherwise I'll be back in here tomorrow. Righto, it's the next day and we're back. I've just chucked the oil filter and the oil pressure switch on, so we should have a sealed engine now as regarding oil anyway. So what I'm going to do quickly is just prime the oil pump so we've got oil coming up to the top, and that way I know we're good to start it when we do eventually start it. So let's do that. Some people do it with a drill. I don't have that set up because you need something long and I'm not willing to cut one of my screwdrivers up, and I don't have a spare dizzy to pull apart. That's another way people do it. So I'm just going to use a screwdriver and we'll get oil pressure, guaranteed. Where are we? Won't take long. Beautiful. Right. So I haven't been able to find that fuel pump. I know I've got it somewhere. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm just going to run the electric pump. And the reason I don't want to run that electric pump is because it's just a cheap one, prone to fail, and there's nothing like mechanical stuff when it comes to reliability. So we'll just chuck this one on here, this cover, and when I get that pump, when I find it, I can just disconnect everything and switch her over. But in the meantime, we can keep running it like this. Three good hookers. Righto, we're ready to bring the Chevy back inside and we'll try and get this motor in. See how we go. Shouldn't be too hard. Let's do it. Righto, I think I'm lined up. Let's get inside and have a look and maybe get a couple of the bolts started. I've got one bolt started, this top one. Too hard to film in here, so I will get back to you when we've got the three in and we're lined up. Okay, so the top three are in, everything's lined up. They're not tight yet, so what I'm going to do now is sit the motor on its front engine mounts and everything should just click into place. Fingers crossed, there's no reason why it won't. Right, let this jack down, see what happens. Nothing, which is good. Okay, now front. We'll get this sorted out. We're in. We are in. Downhill slide. Why? Here you go, little buddy. Oh, hello. Time for Paulie's hot tips.
Hot tips with Paulie. Hot tips with Paulie. Hot tips with Paulie.
If you want to stop your dog digging holes in your yard, fill it in and then piddle on it. Done. Sorted. Works every time. Mark it with your manness.
Hot tips with Paulie.
Right, I'm crawling underneath. Get out of there. Oi, get out of there. I'm crawling underneath and I'll be back when she's back on the ground. Underneath is done. Now we just got to do all of this stuff. Well, that was a pretty big session. I'm going to call it quits for tonight and just have a break now. And I'll be back here tomorrow and we'll get this motor all put back together, ready to run. We're in the Tirana. We're going to Cars and Coffee up at Katoomba, and then we're doing a trip up to Mount Vic, across to Bell, down the Bells Line Road to one of the breweries down there at Bilpin Way, and should be a good day. Hope it's not too cold in Katoomba.
Waking up early on a Sunday morning, it's dark outside and my eyes are burning. Gotta get up and get ready. There's a caution warning, you gotta get there early. Ice on the windscreen and the choke's not working. It's freezing cold and the clutch is jerking. Trying not to wake the neighbors, but I am failing. Big pipes, big cam, it's Sunday morning. Need fuel, forgot to wash it, ice windscreen. Can't see, keep stalling, spilt my drink, no cup holders. Sunday morning, cars and coffee with your mates. I get there, it's full already. Get pointed back, I'm a little disappointed. Coffee lines out the door, bacon roll stall closed, cause there's no more, but it's gonna be a great day. I get there, it's full already. Get pointed back, I'm a little disappointed. Coffee lines out the door, bacon roll stall closed, cause there's no more, but it's gonna be a great day. Need fuel, forgot to wash it, iced windscreen. Can't see, keep stalling, spilt my drink, no cup holders. Sunday morning, cars and coffee with your mates. Walking round from car to car, shiny cars everywhere, but I forgot to wash mine. Sunday forgot to wash it, iced windscreen. Can't see, keep stalling, spilled my drink, no cup holders. Sunday morning, cars and coffee with your mates. Walking round from car to car, shiny cars everywhere, but I forgot to wash mine. Sunday morning, cars and coffee with your mates.
That's a pretty cool event with a big range of cars. If you didn't like any of the cars that were there, there's no pleasing you.
Then there is no pleasing you.
There's something for everyone. It's a small event, but it's good. So we're on our way now we're at Blackheath, heading up towards Mount Vic. We're going to cut across to Bell and then head back down. We're going to catch up down at a one of the pie shops or cafes or breweries or whatever down there. And I'll see you then. You know what, I should have brought my mount for this, but I didn't. So I can't film. I could probably film in front. I'll show you what it looks like. Hang on. Plus it's raining. Yeah, a little bit difficult. So one of the boys that's with us, he's had that purple 1-tonner that's in that car show there. He apparently he's lost his gears. He can't select gears. Now I don't know if it's a column shift or a floor shift. If it's a column shift, he's probably stuffed, and probably a similar thing that happened to this. But if it's a floor shift, he's probably just come out of the gate, which is pretty common when they're a little bit loose. So hopefully one of the other blokes who's got the other 1-tonner, the white one, he's giving him a hand. Hopefully they can sort it out and catch up with us. But they said, keep going, we'll try and work you there. And you know what, with this thermostat in this car, and without a heater, like it's freezing outside, but there's just enough heat in the cab to keep things warm. It's not bad at all. Back home, there was nothing really much else to film, so let's get into this Chev. Man, that's a good little car. I love it. Goes well. But I am looking forward to doing some work on it, changing a few things up a bit. So first job that I need to do before I do anything else, I'll need to chuck the Dizzy in. So we'll get this engine timed up. We'll do that, and then it's downhill sailing from there pretty much. Let me show you something cool about Chev engines. Original setups anyway with points. For those that don't know, plenty of experts do. This little door here is so you can adjust your points with an Allen key while the engine's running. Like, how do you know where it's going to be? Well, that's what a dwell meter's for. A dwell meter will tell you when your point gap's correct, so it can be done while running. Pretty cool, hey? All the leads are on. Anyone tell me what the firing order is on a small block Chev? I'll give you a hint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so fair bit of faffing around has been done since I spoke to you last. Little bits and pieces, trying to get the accelerator ratio right, which is done. I haven't connected the kick down yet because I need to make an adapter for that. A couple of broken wires I had to fix, but everything's back together apart from the radiator and hoses, etc. So I'm going to do that quickly, and then we're going to see if it turns over. Righto, we're all back together. I'm just topping up the oil. I'll go and get my jerry can and we'll put some water in this, and we'll fire it up, and then we can run the cam in. Alrighty, moment of truth. I'll just connect the battery, get rid of some of these tools. carby's brand new, so I've got to see how that thing goes. I'll put the fuel pump on first, make sure there's no leaks. Little fuel leak, where's that coming from? We've got give these a bang. It's been sitting around a long time, this carburetor. Let's crank it. Fired. I think the carby's going to need a few tweaks. Timing. Oh, she's pouring fuel out. We can't have that. It's gushing. A bummer. I've got fuel that's gushing out of that. I've never had that before. It's like a Welsh plug. I've tried tapping it in, no luck. I don't know what to do now. I do have spare carbies, but it's the gaskets that are the issue on these things. They tend to be, they tend to fall apart. Stick to each side of the carburetor when you pull them apart. Ugh. It's always something. Righto, so what I've decided to do, I'm going to attempt to take that off, and if it comes off clean, we'll have a look. But I have another carburetor on the bench that used to be on the green Valiant. I can chuck that whole carby on here, or I can swap the back. So I'll take this off first because it's got to come off anyway. See how clean it comes off, and then we'll think about ripping that one. That one has been apart, but it was a while ago now. What a pain. That one came off clean, which is awesome. It's a shame it's leaking. Anyway, I'll find out how to fix that. In the meantime, we'll use this one. It's stuck. You've got to use special tools when you're working on hollies. Don't be dodgy. That's what I mean about the gaskets. It's going to be baked onto both sides of this, which is fine because, like I said, that one come off clean. So come on, mate. Wow. Not too bad. That's one reason I'm not a massive fan of hollies, is for the serviceability of them. They're easy to work on, but you can't just pull them apart and put them back together. How's this looking? it on. Let's try that. Please don't leak. I think we're good. Let's run this cam.